Okay, let's dive right into this. All across the globe right now, people are using AI to generate text, create absolutely stunning images, produce videos, and yeah, they're raking in millions of views and building incredibly lucrative businesses in the process. But let's address the massive elephant in the room here. A lot of people feel completely locked out of this whole technological revolution. They're just kind of watching from the sidelines because they feel like they're hitting these giant roadblocks. Maybe you think AI is only for tech geniuses, or that it costs a fortune in subscriptions, or, and this is a big one, that you have to speak and write in literally perfect English just to get the machine to understand you. Well, in this explainer, we are going to completely shatter that myth. We're going to look at how you can unlock some of the most powerful AI capabilities available right now using absolutely nothing but your own voice. So, I want you to ask yourself a super simple question. Do you want to use advanced AI without knowing complex English, without having to learn all that complicated prompt engineering, and crucially, without paying a single dime? Because look, the reality is that the vast majority of AI tools out there, they have some pretty severe limitations. If you want truly professional, high-quality results from them, bam, you immediately hit a paywall. They want you on premium packages and expensive monthly subscriptions. And honestly, even worse, if you don't know how to type out a highly detailed, perfectly structured prompt in English, the AI just spits garbage right back at you. But what if you could bypass all of that entirely? There is a really stark contrast between what we think AI requires versus what's actually available to us today. We're so used to this old way of thinking, right? The massive barrier of needing perfect English just to type out commands, plus the endless frustration of paid subscriptions. But looking at the other side of things, we have the reality of what we're unpacking today. We're talking about an AI solution that understands your native language flawlessly, requires literally zero typing, and is 100% free. Seriously, you don't need to let a weak grasp of English hold you back anymore. You literally just speak in your mother tongue and the AI goes right to work. So you're probably wondering, where actually is this incredibly accessible, free, language-agnostic AI tool? You might be thinking you gotta go download some obscure new software, sit on a wait list for months. But I want you to consider the numbers 15 to 25. Just think about what that means for a second. The ultimate AI tool, the one that completely solves both the language barrier and the cost barrier, has actually been sitting right there on your mobile phone for the last 15 to 25 years. It's an app you already know intimately, but it has quietly evolved into something unbelievably powerful, and honestly, countless people are still completely in the dark about its true potential. And here it is. It's the Google app, the exact same app you've probably had on your smartphone since the very first day you bought it. Whether you're rocking an Apple device or an Android, it is right there. Now, we're totally used to opening this app just to check the weather, read the daily news, or type in a quick random search. But recently, this brand new option has popped up right next to the standard search bar. It's the Gemini tab. By just tapping on that Gemini tab, your standard everyday Google app instantly transforms into a complete hidden AI powerhouse. This is it. This is your gateway to totally unrestricted native language AI generation. Section 1. Creating images with voice, bringing ideas to life. Let's get into it. Normally, generating AI art requires some incredibly complex typing. You gotta specify the lighting, the camera angle, the exact subjects, and all of it in English. But the Google Apps Gemini feature completely flips that script. Instead of typing a single thing, you just use the microphone icon. In our source example, a user demonstrates this perfectly by using a regional language. They simply hit the mic and speak in their native everyday language, like Urdu or Hindi, saying, "Ik picture banal jisme cat pizza kha rahi hai." Basically, create a picture of a cat eating pizza. There's absolutely no typing, no mentally translating your thoughts into English first. You're just speaking a simple, unformatted idea out loud, exactly as it pops into your head. The workflow here is almost ridiculously simple, which is exactly why it's such a game changer. Step 1, you tap the microphone in the Gemini tab. Step 2, you speak your prompt right out loud in your native language using plain, everyday words. And step 3, you hit generate. That's it. You are completely bypassing the keyboard. This completely removes the friction that normally stops so many creative ideas right in their tracks. It truly democratizes the entire process of creation for everyone. And the result? It is truly unbelievable. From that one simple, casually spoken sentence in a non-English language, the AI instantly comprehends the request and generates 4 highly detailed, totally distinct image variations of a cat eating pizza. It perfectly understands that Roman Urdu or native voice input. You don't have to be some kind of expert prompt engineer. You just look at the options, pick the image you like best, enlarge it, and save it directly to your phone. It's flawless, immediate visual creation driven entirely by your voice. Moving on to Section 2, Writing Articles Made Easy, Zero Typing Required. So, generating images is a lot of fun, sure, but what if you need to do actual heavy lifting work? What if you need to write an essay, craft an article, or gather structured information? Well, just like with the images, the user simply taps the microphone and speaks naturally. In our source example, the user asks the AI in their native Urdu, Pakistan ke baare mein ek malumati article likh ke dikhao, meaning write an informative article about Pakistan. Think about how incredibly powerful this is for students, for content creators, or really anyone doing research. You are directly commanding a highly advanced intelligence using nothing but your everyday conversational voice. I really want to emphasize the consistency here. The steps do not change at all, whether you want a piece of digital art or a highly detailed essay. Tap the mic, speak your request in your language, and hit generate. By keeping the interface this simple, they've completely eliminated the learning curve. You don't need a 20-minute tutorial to use this. If you know how to talk, you know how to command this AI. And what's truly fascinating is the AI's output. It doesn't just understand your native command, it actually replies and formats the entire output in that exact same language. The app successfully generates a comprehensive, fully factual, and highly informative article entirely in Urdu. It perfectly structures the paragraphs, logically organizes all the facts, and delivers a complete piece of written content that is instantly ready to be used, read, or shared. But here is where things get incredibly strategic. What if you speak a native regional language, but you actually need an output that is strictly in professional English for your job or your business? Well, you simply adjust your voice command. You tap the mic and speak in your native tongue, saying something like, Pakistan ke upar ek malumati article likho English language mein. You are giving the instructions in one language, but commanding the final execution in another. And no surprise, the AI handles it seamlessly. It does all the heavy lifting of translation, formatting, and professional writing, all at the exact same time. It outputs a perfectly written English article based entirely on your native voice prompt. So the absolute crucial point here is that this completely annihilates the English writing barrier. You no longer need to be a fluent English writer to produce fluent English content. You just need to know what you want to say it out loud in the language you're most comfortable with, and let the AI completely bridge that gap for you. All right, Section 3, the smart camera feature, visual problem solving. Now, we've covered generating visuals and we've covered generating text. But let's explore where the AI steps out of your screen and starts interacting with the physical world around you. We've all been in this highly relatable scenario, right? You come across an object, a gadget, maybe a piece of text or a weird tool, and you have absolutely zero idea what it is or how to operate it. Traditionally, you'd try to describe it in a Google search, which is honestly terribly inefficient. Typing black plastic thing with buttons doesn't usually get you very far. So how does our voice-activated free AI solve this real-world problem? The process is just remarkably intuitive. First, you use the camera icon right there within the Gemini tab to snap a quick picture of the mysterious object. Let's say a complex microphone you don't know how to plug in. Second, you attach that image to your prompt. And third, and guys, this is the magic part, instead of typing out a question, you hit the mic and just ask in your native language, hey, how do I use this thing? The sheer capability here is just amazing. The system instantly analyzes the pixels in your photo, recognizes the specific object, processes your spoken question, and delivers a step-by-step solution or usage instruction, all translated perfectly back to you in your own language. It is literal, instant visual problem solving. It's honestly like having a universally knowledgeable expert standing right next to you, ready to explain absolutely anything you point your camera at. Finally, Section 4. Stop scrolling, start growing. As we start to wrap up this explainer, I want to transition to a slightly different mindset. We've seen the mechanics of how this all works. We've seen that the massive barriers of language and money are completely gone. Now we need to talk about what you actually do with this incredible access. Let's summarize the reality of the situation right now. The world is advancing at a breakneck pace because of artificial intelligence. People who are utilizing these tools are rapidly acquiring new knowledge, streamlining their workflows, and yes, they are earning real money and building real businesses. And the most vital takeaway today is that the ultimate tool to join this revolution isn't locked behind some exclusive VIP door. It is 100% free, and it is sitting right on your phone in the Google app right now, just waiting for your voice commands. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Every single day you pick up your phone, you have a choice to make. Will you remain a passive consumer, just endlessly scrolling through other people's content and feeling totally left behind by this AI wave? Or will you tap that Gemini tab, use your own voice,
and start actively creating, learning, and growing. The tools are literally in your hands. The language barrier is completely gone, and the cost is exactly zero. So, what are you going to build today?